Day 8, 25 June 2016. Missoula, Montana. Today is the first day my enthusiasm is waning. I am not as eager to set out this morning. I know we are in the struggle for sure. That stretch of cold getting us to Missoula has sapped my energy more than I care to admit to myself. I put on the brave face I wear when I know I am not going to be a quitter, and I soldier on. I have a half smile for the morning selfie. I slept well, but the stress of the cold has me dragging. 1 cup of coffee more than I usually drink, and it is swing the leg time. I can tell that the other couple is feeling the same drag I am. Yet I know we will all put in full effort in today's ride, but it is obvious at the next fuel stop that we are looking for a few extra minutes of rest. An example of this is a man rolls up on a fire engine red Jaguar. His tires are obviously very low. I let him know the tires are flat, as usual, but it is not something I would have a conversation about. But if I can make an excuse to talk to him just 10 minutes, that is 10 minutes well spent. 10 minutes off the saddle. Wow, you have such a cool car, I say. What year is it? Nice. Your tires are a little low. I bet that's fun to drive. All the small talk I hate to engage in. Normally, today, it just feels right. The mountains of the previous day began to flatten out. Now there is only the occasional tight rock formation or a distant range to remind us that we are indeed still in Montana. One particular straight stretch of interstate puts us in a race with a freight train. Not a cute, short little 25 chugger, but a 100-car monstrous freight hauling beast. The horn is bellowing out its challenge. Since the speed limit is quite high, I nod my agreement. Challenge accepted. You are on. Car by car I make my advance. No hesitations are used, for the gentle turns in the road make speed easy. Not fair. My route is longer. I begin to scream and protest. Unconcerned with my plight, the hulk of a train chugs along. It is confined to the 2 steel masters of its fate. You will not get me today, I say to myself. I know I am the only one of the 2 with knowledge of this race. Undaunted, I throttle up the bike even more, leaving concern behind with the lost fuel economy required to win this race. Mile after mile streak by. I am pulling ahead. It is not an easy race, even with my cruise set at 90. The train has to be making 75 miles per hour plus. A steel horse racing an iron horse. Such an iconic showdown. I am more excited than I should be for this rigged race. There is not a prize other than that of the game itself. The roadside rest stop is calling my name, so I pull off the road for a much-needed break. I did not know this before, but Montana has figured out how to train their rattlesnakes. I see a sign that reads, "Rattlesnakes have been observed. Please stay on the sidewalks." Are we to believe that they are trained not to strike if you are on the sidewalks? Or does a force field exist that keeps you walled off from these highly venomous animals? Either way, I take no chances and stay on the concrete. This break is much needed, but others will be required as well. We managed to find a Harley-Davidson dealership to stop at. We shop for more t-shirts and poker chips that we are running out of room for. They have a full-face helmet that fits, so I decide to take a crack at wearing one. Helmet strapped to my head, I ease out of the parking lot. It feels like I'm in a bubble. I am finding great sympathy for astronauts in wearing this hunk of plastic. It is such a visually impairing piece of equipment. I have to turn my head different to compensate for the vertigo I feel going into some of the turns. Wearing a full face versus a half helmet sounds like it should be a simple adjustment. It would not be worth mentioning if you were trying this in your hometown, bar hopping on known roads, but we are not. We just happen to be ripping down the interstate at 90 miles per hour on wind-swept semi-mountainous roads. While wearing a half helmet, the wind talks to you. It leaves a rumble in your ears. It lets you know you are riding. Cool air keeps your senses keen, forcing oxygen down any open hole in your body. In a full face, you hear your breathing. The wind is an afterthought. If you breathe too hard or in the wrong direction, you fog up your face shield. Vents need to be open or shut depending on speed, heat, or rider stupidity. I notice the face shield deforms the reed of the road. That is not something a rider pushing the ride to the edge needs to experiment with, let alone on a whim. The warmth that dome provides is lulling my already exhausted mind to sleep. It is a safe space full of warm, welcoming peace. I fight with the helmet all day, finally giving up the new full face for the familiar half helmet. We have Wyoming to reach, and I feel like I am risking the life of my wife with every turn. not a gamble worth taking at this juncture of a long trip. The turn south at Laurel is a welcome break from the struggle of staying awake. I love farmers. Their work feeds and clothes us. You won't catch me saying anything negative about them, even if I'm in a 25-car traffic jam because they need to move a piece of machinery to their other property, like we are in this very minute. Patiently, we wait for the perfect stretch of highway to wind out our mechanical beast for the pass. The small 2-lane road leading from the interstate to Wyoming's northern border provides few of these stretches to take advantage of. After an hour of following this rancher parading his tractor and hay rake down the highway, a break presents itself. The other couple are leading, and they make their move to pass. I easily hear his downshift and the throttle up letting me know I am ready. I have been ready. I was born ready. An exaggerated lean is required to take us into the other lane. Chill bumps hit my arms, nothing at all in front of us for at least a mile ahead. Chills because there are several cars and a rather large tractor ahead of us. If any of the other cars pull out, it may prevent our clean passing of the tractor. Second gear wrapped out, smooth shift to third, hear that machine rumble. 2 cars right behind the tractor pull out, no issues there. Fourth gear, man, we are moving. 1 car, 2 vehicles up in the stack makes a move, then suddenly swerves back over. 5th gear at 95. Who me? You know it. The tractor is beside us and behind us at almost the same moment. I gently shift into 6th, 110, and then some. I hear Shannon behind me yell, "See you later, suckers!" She is so high on adrenaline, it makes me chuckle. Not that it is noticeable at this absurd speed. God, it feels great to shake off those mind-numbing cobwebs. With an almost imperceptible lean, I bring the bike back into the appropriate lane. I still have a full mile of open road ahead. With no chance of a collision, it was the perfect move. We simply roll off the throttle to bring the bikes to their common cruising speed. 30 minutes later, we are approaching the state border. The sign for Wyoming is there, which is not as common as you would think. One more state in the books. When we started this grand adventure, I had hoped of having a picture standing beside all of the state signs, 48 in total, but that was not to be. With some of our in and out states, the location we had chose is just too rural for a sign. This is not one of them. We stop and take a quick group photo. After a few laughs and stretching, we step over the bike feeling every ounce of my exhaustion. Wyoming is so beautiful from this location. I just want more. More of its mystery needs to be known to me. Sadly, that yearning will have to go unrelieved. Regretfully, we leave and are quickly back in Montana for the evening. We spent more time than we would have liked at rest stops today, so we will not see the state of North Dakota tonight. It is all we can do to get back to the interstate and find a place to rest for the night. There is a really good steakhouse next to our hotel, which is perfect for our needs. The steak and the potato hit the spot, and then it's off to bed to get some more rest. Tomorrow will be another long day of riding. Until next time, my name is James Parker, and I am a Savage Rider. Savage Rider, out. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, consider giving it a like and sharing it with your friends. If you would like to be notified of future releases, consider subscribing to my channel. If you think it was cringe and absolutely ridiculous, go ahead and tell me in the comments below. Then share it with your friends. They may need a dose of cringe silliness today. Either way, thank you and God bless.